Hi everyone, how is everyone doing today? So I said I'd come back and do a video on the things I had off my BFF. I went to go and visit her for the day, a couple of days before Christmas Day. Days are getting really baffled with me at the moment, and I keep forgetting what day I'm on. Anyway, needless to say, I went up to visit her and we exchanged presents. So she had things I made and gifted her and vice versa. So, because she hasn't done a video on it, and I said, Angie, have you done a video? No, I didn't think. I'm going to actually show you what she's given me and what she's created, because I am just blown away. I said, one of the things that she's gifted me, she's promised me hand on heart that she's going to do a video on. And I said, you better do a video on this, because I'm going to say in my video. She said, I will. So she has to now. She has to. So anyway, I'm going to show you, and I'm going to kill Chris at the same time with that blinking chair, because he keeps squeaking it. He's right next door to me, by the way. I'm going to show you what she's made me. Now, there's a ton of little things, but I want to first find the card. Now, I made everything Christmas. You name it, I made the swap, I made things for Angie, I made things for my mum. I just went crazy. And the one thing I forgot to make was a Christmas card for Angie. And when we were exchanging presents, she went, oh, your card is still wet, Clep, but it is it's in my craft room drying. When it's dries, I'll put it in an envelope for you. And I went, I haven't made you one. She went, I knew you were going to say that. So she just knows me so well that she knew that I wasn't going to tell her that I didn't make her one. So my apologies, Miss Paisey, or Lady Angie Paisey, should I call you from now on. I did make you one. So she said it's fine. So I'm going to say it's fine. I made up for them with the goodies though. So now this is the card that she made me. So what it is that she's made me this, and then she gave me a blank card, so I can either stick this on the card, or I can, what I might do is punch a hole at the top and hang it. And I'm gonna do that on my tree. So next year it's gonna hang on, because it's Christmas. I'd love to keep it out. My tree stays up for 12 days after Christmas anyway, but I'm gonna punch a hole there, and it's gonna hang on my pink Christmas tree in my craft room. So as you can see, Angie's got, I've never heard of, well, I have heard, to tell a lie, of stickling. I've never done it. I thought 3D pearl effects was actually stickling, but it's not. It's completely different. So she spent ages stickling this for me, and it's coming. Can you see all around the Christmas, the candle, the bird, the flowers? You can see with the sticklings because of the shine. The bow, like I think there's 2 different papers, or might be 3, but it's the way she's done it. She's what they call it, distressed the edges. She used her favourite pink pad. I was trying to show her something and I nearly wrecked her favourite pink pad, but she'll tell you that. She'll tell you what I did. Anyway, so there's the card. So I absolutely love my card. And I'm going to show you the things that I haven't emptied the bag, by the way, and I've left it in one piece because I didn't want to empty it. Because last year she said, should we do a video? I went, I can't, Ange. She went, why? I said, because I put everything away. So this year I didn't put nothing away. I left it all in the bag. I left it where it was, so that I could do a video and show everybody what you've made me. So she's made me one of these Christmas trees. Now she has actually done a video on this, and she does actually show you how you put it together. And I suppose, thinking about it, even though it's a Christmas tree, you could start making these in like beginning December to gift out to people for Christmas presents, but I've never seen anybody make these before ever until Angie made them. And I think this design was last year's design, I think. I might be wrong, but I think it was last year. And I said how beautiful it was, which it is. And she said, of all the people in the world, she said, you haven't got one of you? I went, no, I haven't. I didn't want to ask for one, but that's what was in my box. I was well chuffed that she's actually made me a little Christmas tree. And it's all glitter and silver and sparkly. So that was actually sitting before I did the video underneath my pink Christmas tree in my craft room. So the other things, I'm going to go through the bag. There is one thing though in the living room that she's made me that's hanging up, but I'll go and get that in a second. The other thing was this. It's a 3-story, it's got different apartments. I have been really like, oh, shall I fill it up, shall I fill it up? But I didn't want to fill it up because I wanted you to see what kind of things that she put in. And she said she started to buy little bits and pieces for me, and she said, well, that's not the idea. The idea is that you can fill it up. And you know, she started putting bits and pieces. So I have sewing machine needles of all different sizes, and they're from sizes 70 to 90. If that noise goes off again, I'll knock the noise off. So those are the needles for the machine. Then I have multi-purpose sewing needles. There's a 7-piece in there. There's 1 leather, 1 upholstery, 3's upholstery, 4's canvas, 5's carpet, 6 sacks, and 7 snails. Which I know what some of these are, like the leather one. I know what that one is, but the circular one, I don't know what that one is. So I'm dead keen to look up what the different needles actually do and what you can do with them. And these were, I can't remember whether they were wrapped in something else or put in here. I can't remember. I think they were put in the box. She also gave me some tailor chalk. And with the tailor chalk, she knows I love dressmaker's chalk. There's a little rub-on thing at the bottom. Can you see it? It's like a brush that you can rub out. It's absolutely lush. I cannot wait to use it. I haven't opened it because, again, I wanted to show you all and the instructions. So that's that first box. It's quite deep as well. The second compartment is this one. There's the second compartment. Now, I didn't know this, and Chris said you can take these out, Colette. So I can take these out to make them smaller. So I've got them, and I can actually slot them into the bottom as well. And then the top one is this one, and again I can take the little compartments out and make it up that way. So I'm going to be using this as my little sewing box. I keep a lot of my sewing things on my table, and it clutters it all up. Like, for example, I've got like reels that I can put in. They wouldn't go in the bottom. Wouldn't go in the bottom, so to speak. They will probably might go in at the top because there's something I'm going to grab first. If that makes sense. And the other little thing I have, and I don't know what I've done with them now, but I've been moving them. Oh, these would go in my second compartment. These are not what Angie gave me. These are what I bought ages ago when we did the side swap. Oh, I think it was either bought or they were gifted. I can't remember. They were gifted, then they were gifted by the lovely Amanda. Oh, I bought them. I can't remember. Was it either one or the other? I really can't. I think I bought these. I'm not sure. Please don't hold me to it because I can't remember. There's little ones and big ones. So I probably put my favourite buttons in the bottom one. And like they're all around my table. So having this like little storage unit, it's going to be so handy. Because the minute I start sorting out my little bits and pieces that are on my table, that was waiting for something to put in them, I probably find that I can see my tray that I decorated ages ago, and B, that it's going to be a lot of use. The second thing that she got me, now that this was what she made me. Now I'm going to take the lace and trims out because I've put them in. I'll explain that a bit in a minute. She's made me this little bag, and it actually smells of Angie. There is no other word to describe it. Every time you have something of Angie, she sprays it with a perfume. So I love it because even though we speak every night, some nights we don't speak, and I can still smell her around me, and it's so comforting rather than anything and nothing else, because she gives the best scratches when she sees me. She grabs hold of me tight, which is really lovely. Because even though we live, well, it took me about 45 minutes, 50 minutes to get to her, and then 50 minutes or an hour on the way back. I think it was an hour on the way back. But I love going up there. I wouldn't change it for the world, and I'm so thankful that she yeah, I'm so thankful. A, she lives close, and B, she's my best friend. So anyway, she made me this. Now she's put some card inside because she said she wanted to give me, even though this is made of fabric, she said if you wanted a bit of sturdiness. Now this holds quite a bit. She's made this from scratch. She got some inspiration. Again, it's something that you need to do a video on, Miss Paisey. She got some inspiration from something she bought, and it went from there, spiraled from there, and I think it's absolutely fab. And it'll sit on my desk. When I get all these little bits now in my box, I'll have room for that on my desk, and I'll probably start fitting my scrap laces in. So some of the laces are in here are what Angie gifted me, and this is made out of wedding applique. The satin from her daughter's wedding dress, this is made out of. She's made it out of 2 or 3, I think it's either 2 or 3 laces. Why I say 2 or 3 is because that second lace has got 2 laces to it. It's got a lace at the top and a lace at the bottom, so I don't know whether it's 2 or 3. And then she's got pearl trim and all the sparkly, but it's made out of her daughter's wedding dress, which I'm so blessed to have. The laces in there now, when I got there, every time I got there, I always see something new, and no doubt she'll do it to me when she comes down. She'll sneak through my drawers. And I was just, oh, what you got in there then? Oh, what are you on there then? Kind of thing. And I was just looking through this drawer, and it was it's full of laces, and she really blew me away. And it's all the things that she uses. And she said, Claire, you can have that. I went, have what? And as she said it, she pulled out an entire huge bag. I would show you, but it's absolutely massive, of scrap laces. Now I said to her, and I keep saying, Angie, you need to see the difference between my scrap and your scrap, because I'll give you a perfect example of a scrap lace. It'll be in this one, right? This was in the scrap lace. I was like, and just not scrap, was this, right? And this piece, and some of them are like what I would call full lengths. For this piece, an example, I was like, and they're not scraps. This is another one. I was like, that's not scrap. And the bag is absolutely massive. So anyway, that's to give you an idea. I'm like, and they're not scraps. She went, yeah, they are. Yeah, they are. I'm like, no, they're not. Anyway, she gave me a bag of scraps, and I was sat there through the scraps. This was after I opened my presents. She said, you can take that away with you. I said, Ange, I can't do that. She said, yes, you can. It's easy. She went, Chris, can we take this in the car? And that's how I ended up having it. So I have, I said to her the other day, I said, you could have just given me the bag of scraps for Christmas. I would have been just happy with that. She said, I know you would have. She said, the thing is, you'll see new laces you probably haven't seen before, whereas I see them all the time, and that's most probably why it's excited you so much. But I promise you, it's not just that. It's not. Right, so I'm just taking out some of the laces of the next things that she made me. This is the next thing that I had her to promise me that she would make a video on. This is made, I'm not going to tell you how it's made because I've never made one myself. She has described it to me because I think Angie needs to do a video on this for definite. It's something that I would be interested in learning. And she went, it's easy, you do A, B and C. I'm like, and there is no way that is easy. Again, her daughter's wedding dress she's made it out of, and when you pull it out, I'll pull it out all the way, and little scraps. This is what I mean by the scraps that were in the bag. She's put like there's pockets, and the pockets are quite deep, and I can't remember how many is in there. So if I start from there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 pockets in all. And to give you an idea, they go down quite deep. They're really, really deep. And she's decorated all the pockets on the inside. This is all being stitched on the machine. She's sprayed, of course, with Angie's perfume. And it's absolutely stunning. And I love it. I adore this, actually. And it's something that I said to her, this will definitely be going in my living room. Because I often take my scraps in there and make things out of. And it's a drawstring, so you can puff it up or puff it down, whatever you want to do. And you've got all the like the wedding appliques on, and oh, it's just absolutely stunning. So I made her promise me that she would do a video on this because it's blown me away sideways. So I'm gonna pull these scrap laces. Some are what Angie gave me, some are what I've taken out of my own drawer and put in. Some are just like my favourite scrap pieces, but honestly, I was like, Ange, they're not scraps. She went, yeah, they are. Just take the bag. It's one less thing in my room. I was like, well, I'm going to show you my scraps. She's supposed to be coming down soon, so hopefully she can come down. I say hopefully. Hopefully that nothing gets in the way that she's able to come down. That's what I mean. So I put a lot of scraps in there, and it's jam packed full, and I could still fit more in there. The pockets aren't full. Look, it's ram jack full. So that was another thing she made me, and like I say, it was. Honestly, she then she gave me this material, and I can't remember what she said this was up from. I think it was a scarf or something, and I love it. I really love it. And I said, oh, you can make flowers out of this, you could do it. And she went, well, there you are, take it away. I was like, oh, Angie, man. But I'm going to show her my scraps when she comes down. And then she gave me this. Now this was I'm going to pronounce this wrong. Sahari? No, not Sahari. Sari. Sahari. That's in Africa. Sahara. Oh gosh. Anyway, it was a thingy bob scarf. Sari scarf. And it's all beaded, and she just cut a piece off because I fell in love with it. And all meanwhile I'd open these presents, and this was just extras that after we had goofed around making that video, I was like, oh, you got this and you've made this, and because every time I go in there she's made something new. So there was some of that. Then there was this, which I was like, wowza, completely and utterly taken back. This is a photo album. It's absolutely stunning. I'm going to sort of try and move everything out of my way. Right, so this is a photo album that she covered, she painted, she put lace on, she put flowers on, and it's a proper like old-fashioned. I'll show you what I mean by old-fashioned. It's absolutely stunning. And I'm thinking about putting our, well, we had wedding photos taken, and our wedding album is obviously full, and I said that we would put them in there and photos of my nan and granddad and Chris's mum. And I think that's what, because that's how special it is, and I nearly burst into tears when she gave it to me, because it's absolutely stunning. And when you open it up, it's like tissue paper, but between each layer, right, there's like this old-fashioned fibre to stop the pictures getting ruined. It's absolutely gorgeous, and I was like nearly in tears. Chris sat beside of me, and she went into the kitchen, and I said, Chris, that photo album's stunning. And he went, yeah, I know. He said, we've got to display that in our living room. It's absolutely gorgeous. So that she doesn't know. So Ange, that's where it's going. But I was completely taken back by this. And so because I thought it was originally that colour. It's like a creamy kind of colour. That's what colour I originally thought. And she said, no, it wasn't. That's what I'd done. So she's layered it up with different laces. She's put lace on, bling pieces on, diamantes on, flowers on. I mean, it's just mind-blowingly, absolutely stunningly. It's just gorgeous in every single way possible. So there was that. There was this. Now, when I gave her what I give her, I said what I had made her was, everything I made her was for inspiration. And I said that a couple of weeks ago, and she said, Claire, I've made you something for inspiration too. And I went, oh, you're right. And I unwrapped this. This was like, I was like blown away. And I went, Ange, that is absolutely gorgeous. And on both sides, but it feels like fabric. And I said, Ange, what is that made out of? She went, it's made out of napkins. I went, what? She went, yeah, it's napkin transfer. It's transferring napkins to card using A, B and C. Again, I won't say, because I think Angie needs to do a video on it. And once she's done a video on it, I'll do a video on what I've just done. But I'll let Angie do a video first. And I was like, I've never heard of that, transferring napkin to card. She went, yeah, Colette, she said, that's how you do it. So anyway, she was telling me about it, and I was like, wow, how inspiring is that? I've never seen it. And she stitched all the edges on the machine, and she's put 2 pink bows at the bottom, and then inside, because of course there had to be something inside, is this beautiful book, fairy book. And she's used the tiniest of roses. She's gessoed all of the flowers. They're just stunning. She stickled all the fairy, you can see it. She spent hours stickling things. She got a patience of a saint, and she got pearls down the edge, and she's just covered in it. I love the feel of it. I don't know whether it's paper she's used or how she's done it, but it feels like different layered of paper. That's what it looks like. And then on the inside it's just plain, it's like a plain notepad, which I absolutely love things, writing things down, as she knows. So she made me that. She bought Chrissy a scarf, of course, which he wore on Christmas Day. He wore that on Christmas Day, actually. She then, what every girl needs, she then gave me some socks, which I'm going to be wearing them tomorrow, actually, because my father-in-law's coming down tomorrow. So she gave me some socks. Oh, she made me one of these. This was, oh, so obviously I put it in the bag. This, she made me a stocking. It's absolutely gorgeous. So again, it had things inside it. It's made out of her daughter's wedding dress, her satin of the wedding dress, and then she's filled it with like appliques, beaded appliques, which are these. She's filled it with flowers. She's beaded all the edge. It's absolutely stunning. And I said, Ange, I did make you a stocking. She went, it's okay, Colette. But she'd opened her prezzies first. She went, you made me loads of things. And she's put a lace on it, and it's just absolutely gorgeous. I loved it in every way possible when I opened that up. So there was that. And she must have spent hours creating that up, because to stick, because I know by looking at it that each applique that's stuck down. It's stuck down individually. It's not one long piece, it's an individual piece. So like this would be an individual piece to that, say, and then that would be an individual piece to the flower underneath, and so forth and so forth. But she must have spent hours and hours creating this stocking for me, as she done with all the stickling. So there was that. She also made one of these lovely gorgeous wreaths. She said, first of all, she said I could hang it in my craft room. I said, no, Ange, I know where I'm going to hang this. I'm going to hang this in my living room, because my living room is now like a shabby chic pink colour. So that's going to be hanging there. And I don't know how she's created it. I don't know whether she's wrapped it and then tied it and glued it to make sure it doesn't go anywhere. But she's used like different fabrics, pinks, whites, satin, tulle, sparkly tulle, and then in between she's put some beads. And I noticed this when I was looking at it, because I've been in this bag many a times to admire what she's made me. She's put like beads and upon like beads and this beautiful bow at the bottom, and then of course I've got a bow that sticks on the top. So there's that. Before I go any further, you know how I said this was inspiring? She'd made this for inspiration. Well, and this is why your video is like going up, because I wanted to create this. So I tonight, never had done it before, I took, with a napkin that I had given to me yesterday when I was unwrapping things yesterday, I took and used the same method as you had explained, and took and made my own paper, and it's actually it feels amazing. The only thing, this is my first attempt, but I don't know whether you guys can see. Can you see where it's sort of melted? I don't know whether I did too much heat, I don't know. I think it needs a little bit more practice, but I absolutely love it. But that was inspiration from Angie. Can you see how somebody can really inspire you to make something? Angie definitely inspired me to create that, and I had so much creating it. And yeah, when she's done her video on how she's made that, then I will do my video on how I've created mine, because I'm going to be turning mine into I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure. There's some I did a video, I don't know when it went up, of ephemeral wording, and this is going to be the background for the wording. So when Angie shows you how she's done that method, I'll show you how I've done the method on this one. So there's that. Then she made me one of these. I had loads of. I was so lucky. And again, she's used like all, she spent hours stickling all this. Can you see it? Where is that waving? Wait a second. Hi guys, sorry about that. The camera was shaking for some reason. The video on it was flickering, and I didn't want it to overtake what I was trying to show you. So Angie had made this, and we're probably gonna have to do this video in 2 parts. This is what I was on when the video started playing up. So this is a folder. Now we made these on the lives, but I don't know whether you can see. Can you see all that shine? That is Angie stickling it all. She spent hours upon hours stickling all that, stickling, and she's done all the back. Can you see all the shine on the back? That's all stickles. And she's put a flower on the back and a tie, and on the end of each tie there's little hearts, and she's put all pink flowers, and she did this in all my favourite colours on all pink, and it says Christmas on there. But this is going to be used all year round, so I'm going to show you each part. So first of all, we've got this fairy. So again, she spent, can you see all the stickles on that? She spent hours stickling all that. And in this one there is a shaker. I was so excited to open this. I said, Angie, I've got a shaker, I've got a shaker. She went, yeah, Claire, you've got a shaker. So there's loads of different sequins, different colour sequins that she's put in. I love it. And that's a little pocket there, and she's stickled all that paper again. You see the shine? Absolutely gorgeous now. And then when I open it out, this section I'll come back to. This section she's stickled again. You see all the sticklet? The shine is the stickles. And then when you pull these out, you've got that one. This was one of her new paper pads. I think Stampivia, but I can't remember the paper pad she said it was called. So there's that. I love the paper pad. She did it all in pink. I said, Angie's all in pink. And she's like got a Christmas tree and she stickled all that for me. It's absolutely stunning. And then she did this one and she stickled all that. It's absolutely gorgeous, and with all the baubles and the flowers. So there's that. And I did say I'd come back to the middle, and the middle is the best bit for me, apart from that fairy, of course. So the middle, there is a tag here. Now she put one in, she said, just for me to know that there's a little pocket there. So all this is stickled. And then when you flip it up, you've obviously got the paper pad and on the other side. But all this is paper. She's made her own notepad. We did this on one of the lives, and she's stickled that paper as well, I think. Yeah, she's put some sheen on it. She sprayed some sheen on it, but I don't know whether the camera would pick that up. So yeah, that was something that Angie's made me, and I am so looking forward to writing in that. You wouldn't believe. I don't care whether it says Christmas on there. I am just like really buzzed. And she used like pink ribbon to tie it all up on, and it's just absolutely stunning. So there was that. There was one of these flowers. Now I can never make these flowers. So Angie made one up and she said it was for inspiration, so she made me one of them. Now this, I'm going to show you the first one I opened, and then I'll probably have to clear my table to show you the other thing I've got in my bag. She made me one of these. How cute! She has actually done a video on it, but she had the up-to-date version. She said she needed to update it. I said, Angie, you need to do a video on this. I was so buzzing. I was sort of jumping up and down. I was sat next to Chris. He said, calm down, you go up in the air and up in the air. I loved Mrs. Gingerbread. And she's got a pink tutu on and a pearl necklace on. If that doesn't say me, then I really don't know what does. And then to go with that, I had Mr. Gingerbread. How cute is he? With the little ticky bow and the little buttons on. I love the fabric she chose to make him out of. So I've got Mr. and Mrs. Gingerbread. Me and Chris, I said they were so super cute. So I got them. So thank you so much, Angie. And then she bought, because she knows I've got animals, she bought me a dog. I've got to give these to animals. By the way, they haven't had them yet. So they've got one of these. They have some mouse toys for the cats. I haven't actually gone through this bag properly. A cat play little stocking. See, she thought of sort of everything else. I found, man. Some of the 5 play dogs. Squeaky toys for the dogs. This one is a bauble, but I said to Chris, this is just the crafters. I said once the cats are finished playing with this, then I'll have the bauble. I love the bauble. So she bought me that, and then she bought me this. And I'll probably have to empty my table to show you the one last thing that she got me. So she got one of them as well. She said she did know what one to give to what animals. That's why she didn't mark them up. It was up to me to give to what one. And you truly spoiled me this Christmas. Honestly, I feel so spoiled and so lucky. There's one last thing though for me to show you, and for me to do that, I've got to clear my table. So for you it's going to be a couple of seconds, and for me it'll be about 10-15 minutes. But I will be back, so I want to show you this one very last thing that she got me, and I thought it was, I was so overjoyed having it. I could nearly cry. But wait there, I'll be back now. So the last thing that Angie got me, and I was like so thrilled to bits, was this. You're probably thinking, what the heck is it? Let me show you. I've got to find a little space. I'm going to sort my table out tomorrow. And I'm going to find a space for this on my desk. And what it is so tiny. This is the second time I've pulled it out because I didn't want to disturb the box. Because I didn't want to do that because I wanted to show you all what I had received off her. So, it's really cute. I love it. It is. It's a die cut. It's a mini die cut. Watch now. There's one there. It's so mini. So I have to go with this mini die cut because often I go over to my big shot to cut things out, and my little things I do use sometimes are little leaves, and they can go on this now and they can sit on my desk. Well, anyway, this is the embossing. So you get with this, right, which is so cool, you get the embossing plate. That is the emboss that I rub it in mat. You get the cutter plate and you get the base, and it's done by Spellbinders, and obviously a set of instructions on how to use it. But how cute is that? And you also get, which I didn't know, there's a suction cap at the bottom. So if I turn that, it's not going to go anywhere. How cool is that? It won't move. Obviously it's on a glass mat, but it won't move. And then to unclip it, I just clip this back up to release the suction, and then that releases the suction. But I was like so giddy when she handed me this, and she went, "This is your little, this is this thing I'm gonna give to you." She said, "I know you're gonna absolutely love because you love miniature stuff." And I went, "No, my word, Auntie's a miniature, a tiny little miniature die cutting machine. How awesome is that?" I was like, I've got to try it, and I haven't tried anything because like I say, I didn't want to do what I did last year and put everything away and then completely not showing you what she handed me, because like I say, with everything she's handed me, because I've had to I just put everything away, with everything she handed me, I didn't want to put everything away and then you not see what Angie's been busy making. And she also, this is one of the other things that she gave me and Chris one of these each, and they're a cap, and in the cap there's a candy cane, hot chocolate and Thornton's chocolates. Now I did have a white cap, this is Chris's, and basically Angie bought the cups and then she filled them up and she wrapped them herself, she put the bow on herself, and I thought that was such a neat idea. Like I said, I did have a cup, what it was is one night I took everything out of my cup because my cup's white, and I took one of the chocolates out of the Thornton's chocolates because they're in a separate bag, put everything back in the bag, tidied it all up, and we were out day before Christmas Eve all day, and when we came home the dogs were really quiet, really quiet, and I couldn't work out why they were so quiet. Well, anyway, I came into this room yesterday, or it might have been Christmas Eve, and I looked on the floor, my cup had been smashed. Rosie, my little dog, had climbed up onto this table, she'd eaten the chocolates, and I know you're all going to say to me the chocolates are poisonous to dogs. Never in my wildest dreams would I consider giving my dogs anything chocolate wise, because I know how poison it would make her, how bad it would make her. But I genuinely thought, and they were pushed back as well, I genuinely thought that in my wildest daydreams that she would never go anywhere near those chocolates because they were sealed as well. She didn't eat the wrapper, she left me the wrapper, but she ate all the sweets. And I'm just devastated. But I told Angie, she said, "Oh, you can have Chrissy's cup now." And I said, "Oh, I'm so sorry, Ange." I said, she's left for me the hot chocolate and the candy cane though. And But yeah, I was like, I couldn't believe it. Thank God, touch wood, she's been okay. She hasn't been ill or anything. But it's taught me a lesson whereas before I was like leaving like little, I used to leave sweeties in here. I can't do that no more unless it's in a sealed container. So what I am going to buy myself for the new year is a container that's got a lid so I can put some chockies in for myself and keep them in here, because if they're not, she's going to have them. So other than that, this is what I received off Angie. Last year I didn't show you all, but this, oh my word, I was so like, it's miniature, look how miniature it is. I was so giddy because I couldn't get over how small it actually was. And she said they're perfect for cutting out like any little things that you want to cut out. So yes, Miss Paisey, you definitely inspired me, because this is what I've been doing tonight. I'm definitely going to be try and make another one of these, because every time I've done it, I've failed miserably. And I'm definitely going to be using my new machine. So thank you so much, sweetheart. I love everything you've sent. And you put so much work into everything you've made, which made it even more special. So now I've showed you all. Hopefully Angie will do. She promised me she would do a video on this. She promised me she would. And she did promise me, she promised me she'll do a video on this, but I'm hoping she'll do a video on this as well for you all to see how she's done it, because this is like, in my eyes, this is a godsend. This holds all my scraps. I can take it into the living room and I can make my scrap flowers and make little bits out of my scraps, which is amazing. So thank you, Angie. I absolutely love all my gifts. I've just given all the toys and the toys to all the doggies, and they're playing with them as we speak. He didn't know what ball to pick up first or what toy to he didn't know what one to pick up first. So I'm gonna leave you all. Please leave comments below, because I know Angie will read them. And yeah, tell me if I'm not wrong that she has to do a video on these two items and the food items that I say food, the items that she made me, sorry, because they are unique. I've never seen anything like this. I'm just so excited. And this was inspiration. She had, like I said, I just like bewildered. I'm just like, I got smacked. I could go on and on and on. Thank you all for watching. Please keep watching, because there will be videos updated all this week, and I will catch up with you all in my next video. Have a lovely rest of your Christmas holidays, and I'll catch up with you then. Bye for now.